Like lounge room, trap music that could be toured at the casino with Wayne Newton. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bitch, I ain't pull up, I landed. They say I'm not from this planet. Shit going just how I planned it. Pollute away for the families. Stacking my bread like a sandwich. Saving my face from them cameras. Situation could get scandalous. When niggas feel like they embarrassed. Yo, bitch, fucking niggas for status. Bro, that's the one you should be mad with. That's a Panamera, not a camera. And a lot of businesses. My wife will twice with your advances. Don't try to play me on no rap shit. Bitch, I ain't pull up, I landed. They say I'm not from this planet. Everything gone, I planned it. Pollute away for the family. Stacking up bread like a sandwich. Saving my face from the cameras. Cause situations could get scandalous. When they embarrassed. I used to live in Miami. Fall asleep stoned on the balcony. Hey, Elise. Yeah. I bet you did. And I just moved and my apartment looking crazy. I was like, oh, gotta try this again. Child. Bitch, I ain't pull up, I landed. They say I'm not from this planet. Shit going just how I planned it. Pollute away for the family. Stacking my bread like a sandwich. Saving my face from the cameras. Situations could get scandalous. When niggas feel like they embarrassed. You growing yours out? I'm not even growing mine out by choice. It's by force. You know, the current circumstances in life. Quarantine. Hey, Kelsey. Whew. Hello, guys. Hey, Luke. Hey, Nell. Hey, November. How y'all doing? Hey. Irrational Kids. Hey, Mama. Hey, Zeph. What y'all doing? I'm just to go left on a bitch who couldn't find the right mind. In the sky. But you dumb twisted. I'm used to that killer shit, so I maintain my pimpin'. You over high the slizzard, and I'm laughing at you slipping. And your bitch feeling disgusted and miserable. She like, why she even here with you? I'm putting air in my inner tubes, black mags on my horo, hanging from the wall. The allure of my home decor got these girls tripping and frequently speaking of return visits. The time machine, my lyrics, and the hey, Jasmine. What y'all got going on? But I bet you won't keep up. All right, so I wanted to talk about this rapper speaking on. I think his name is Giorgio. What's his last name? Because I just posted about him a few days ago. So Giorgio Casper. Okay.
Because so recently there has been a video. It went viral. It was a rap battle of Giorgio and some other guy. And basically, in said rap battle, Giorgio is like going in. He's going in on this guy's daughter. And like, let me just, before I even get into that, let me say this. I'm well aware. I'm a grade A music head. I'm a really big fan of hip hop. I'm a huge fan of rap culture. I'm a huge fan of battle rap culture. So I've seen rap battles that have gotten pretty nasty. I know it's kind of standard for rap battles to be lowbrow, right? Low blows, and people talk about mamas and baby mamas and so on and so forth. But in this particular rap battle, Giorgio went on to not only discuss his opponent's 6-year-old daughter, but it was the way in which he did it, right? So he went at length to describe, well, number one, saying that his opponent's 6-year-old daughter was worthless and trash because she was a dark-skinned little girl. And that his baby mama was like light-skinned and I guess like fly. And then he went on to say his opponent's daughter was going to get raped, that he and his friends were, and a 6-year-old, he and his friends were going to gang rape her. And I mean, very vivid, very detailed, abuse her, step on her. What did he say? Her head is going to be the floor. He's going to step on her, and it's going to be this many dudes in her anus and in her. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Wait a motherfucking minute now. You're a pedophile. Let's start there. Why are you getting that descriptive about the disrespect to a child? My mind can't comprehend it. And I am admittedly biased because, for just my own personal reasons, if y'all have been around on my channel for a minute, you know what time it is. So I'm biased, right? But also, I have a daughter. I have a daughter who's damn near 6. So myself. So it was the video, which I would normally recommend y'all watch, but not. I mean, if you are triggered easily, if you are an empath, if you are somebody who can be upset easily, I would say nah. It was so difficult to watch. It was so difficult to listen to. And it triggered my Cancer South Node. It triggered. I was triggered. It was disgusting, to say the least. And it's so many layers, right? You got the obvious weird pedophilia component, and then you got the colorism component, right? It was just so much wrong with the equation. And it was like, what the fuck? Like, it was too much. So it prompted me to, take a look. I wanted to take a look at Giorgio's birth chart. His name is Giorgio Casper. He deserved to get more than checked, Elise. He deserved to get his ass beat, actually. Because had that, I'm gonna be real with you. And like I said this on Twitter, I would make a horrible battle rapper because, the way my Cancer South Node is set up, the minute you start, you speak on my child, the minute you speak on my family, I'm gonna slide you right in your shit, and it's gonna be the end of the battle, and I'm probably not even finna get paid my booking fee. It's gonna be over with. So it's just like, I wanted to take a look at his birth chart just to see what all the hype was, or just to see if there was any there, because I know, he got a lot of backlash, rightfully so, after the video went viral. And supposedly, allegedly, they're saying this video or the battle is about 5 years old, which goes to show you need to be careful with how you put yourself out there in the universe and how you present yourself as far as like saying stuff that you aren't able to stand by later on. Cause 5 years later, here we are, right? But yeah, so I wanna take a look at his birth chart. Y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button as you're coming in. And let me see. When I get 20 likes, I'll start his reading. Because I see it's 24 people watching, 11 thumbs up. So when I get 20 likes, I'll go ahead and hop into Giorgio's reading. How about that? Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So it was a couple of interesting things. Now, shout out to everybody who helped me come across this man's natal alignments. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Because I actually posted it on my community tab. And I I came across this page on Facebook, y'all. And this nigga, I think he a Facebook comedian, which is kind of interesting to me. And also something else I noticed, he's just, I don't know, he just, everything about him is just weird to me. Let's see. I'm pulling up his information. And he's actually an Aries sun, y'all. He had a birthday this past April, which is kind of interesting. All right. Thought you were about to play Currency's version. Okay, so Giorgio Casper was born April 6th, 1987. Okay. And there's some speculation as far as his birthplace is concerned. Because I heard somewhere that he lives in Detroit, but I've also heard that he's actually from Atlanta. So we're just gonna go with Atlanta, okay? And in this case, his sun is at the 15th degree of Aries. He's actually a Cancer moon. Now, one of the first things that stuck out to me about his chart, Giorgio has his Mars at the 0 degree of Gemini, and like I was mentioning in my past live streams, that aspect, or that placement rather, is very conducive or very prominent in the charts of a lot of people, a lot of rappers, a lot of lyricists. So that's actually not surprising, with him being a battle rapper and all. That's actually like the quintessential battle rapper placement, right? That Mars and Gemini makes sense, right? However, what concerned me or kind of troubled me was the fact that this man is a Libra South Node. His South Node is at the 11th degree of Libra. Obviously, his North Node at the 11th degree of Aries. So his Sun at the 15th degree of Aries is actually conjunct that North Node. And so is his Jupiter at the 8th degree of Aries. Okay. About that. So this could actually point towards a person who has a tendency to sexualize children. And that's indicated with once again that Aries North Node conjunct the Sun and Jupiter, as the Sun deals with children. And then you have, the Aries component dealing with sexuality. Jupiter also could actually even point towards where he is engaged in a court battle, a legal dispute involving these things, which also is reinforced with, his Sun and Jupiter opposing his Libra South Node. A lot of Libra South Nodes have karmic issues surrounding the court system. Now, y'all want to know what's interesting? When I was, just being nosy on his Facebook page, I saw that he posted this himself, right? A long time ago, that he actually had to go to court and take a lie detector test because, according to him, the mother of one of his children, mind you, he has daughters. So like, that's what's the most concerning part about the equation. But according to him, the mother of one of his daughters coached, quote unquote, his daughter into saying that he molested her. So hence his Sun conjunct the Jupiter and that Aries North Node opposing his Libra South Node. That literally deals with him going to court, there being a court dispute involving his children. And like I said, it can actually even point towards him sexualizing his children. That's kind of unsettling to me. Okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. His Sun sign has nothing to do with his spoken perversions. His Sun being conjoined to his Aries North Node. He's an Aries Sun conjunct his North Node and Jupiter. Has a lot to do with it, at least, because Aries deals with hypersexuality. A lot of Aries North Nodes have issues with being hypersexual. The Sun deals with children. Okay. And in opposition to his Libra South Node, this could deal to where he gets into some legal issues in regards to that. Okay. Also, now this is, I guess we would have to take this aspect with a grain of salt because we don't know exactly where his moon, what degree his moon is, because we don't have his exact time of birth. And that's the fact that, if his moon placement is somewhere using the placeholder that I use, if that is kind of accurate, right, nearly accurate, his moon, which he's a Cancer moon, would also be squaring his North Node, in addition, the Aries North Node, in addition to that Sun and that Jupiter as well. And that could also reinforce him having lots of issues, karmic issues with his children. With girl children at that, with that Cancer element. So I mean, and I mean, not even just his children. Like I said, the Sun deals with children, period. So I mean, that's something to think about. That's definitely something to think about. I also feel like I don't know for sure if he is a sex offender, but I will say that I feel like, based off of these aspects, this can create a person who oversteps boundaries in their relationships with their children. And that's also reinforced with his Mercury at the 20th degree of Pisces. Pisces it knows no boundaries. And then also with his Mercury squaring his Saturn at the 21st degree of Sagittarius. This could even produce a situation to where he gets in trouble for really, honestly, that lack of boundary. But as far as him being a battle rapper and running his mouth, I feel like that could be indicated with his what is this? he has his Chiron at the 16th degree of Gemini. Mercury, Saturn. Actually, yes, his Saturn at the 16th degree of Gemini, opposing that Saturn in Sagittarius. Now that aspect deals with him, I feel like, running his mouth too much, talking too much, saying too much. Yeah, and him getting in trouble for it, like he did. So, to be honest with y'all, even me being objective and taking my feelings out of it, because my personal feeling, I feel like he's a disgusting human being. Looking at his chart, I cannot say definitively that I feel like he's a Chester the molester. But I will say that there is a cause for concern, in the sense that I do feel like he is capable, like I said, with that loaded North node in opposition to that his Libra South node. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I should ask y'all what y'all think, because I don't calling somebody a pedophile is very heavy, but also what he did was very, very disgusting and very heavy. And the things that he said and the fact that he was so fucking descriptive about it was very, very heavy. And also, not for nothing, with that Mercury in Pisces squaring his Saturn and Sagittarius, I think he is a little mental health delayed. I think he's a scammer as well, based on some of these aspects here. But who cares? That's neither here nor there, right? But then also something else that just kind of disturbed me: his Jupiter at the 8th degree of Aries is squaring his Neptune at the 7th degree of Capricorn. Because that can point towards a person who not only is hypersexual. I mean, these people could have issues with controlling their sexual urges. And squaring his Neptune, it could create a situation to where maybe he's hiding something, maybe he's concealing something. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Giorgio Casper. He is a battle rapper from Atlanta. And there was a video that surfaced recently where he was talking about his opponent, and went into detail about how his daughter wasn't shit because she's a dark-skinned girl. She ain't gonna be shit. And basically proceeded to, in detail, graphic detail, talk about how he and his friends were gonna rape and gangbang the little girl, and how she ain't gonna be shit, and blah 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 blah. And I mean, just a whole bunch of other stuff that I would just rather not even talk about right now. But like I said, I was gonna do a reading on him, so here, because I actually was interested in seeing if there was a potential of him, or a possibility of him actually being a pedo in real life. Because anybody who can get that descriptive about some shit like that is cause for concern. Oh yeah, he is dark-skinned himself. Not only is he dark-skinned, he ugly. And I mean, just because you're dark-skinned and ugly are not synonymous, but he fits the bill in this specific situation. He looks like a flying squirrel. Period. So yeah, that's Saturn in opposition to his Chiron at the 16th degree of Gemini. He could even deal with where he goes out of his way to say things that he knows are going to shock people. And so I honestly think it's a combination of that. But and you're right. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because you're right, Lilith, it is always a dark skin man. You don't see nobody else talking about that. You don't see any, for the most part, right? You don't really see any other group of people going out their way to down Black women and girls like dark-skinned men, because it's just disgusting. However, even with him being a Cancer moon and having that Cancer moon squaring his nose, squaring his sun, probably, because I don't know if y'all seen you probably haven't seen his children. Virginia Alexandra, actually, it does make him a colorist. Not because he's just a Cancer moon, but his Cancer moon is actually squaring his sun, Jupiter, in Aries North node. So that can even actually point to where maybe resents his children, It points towards where he is very much a colorist himself. You know what I mean? So, I mean, where there's like some inner conflict there. So, I mean, that's pretty evident. But like I said, I was looking for the smoking gun rather, in order to determine whether I feel like he's a pedophile or not. And like I said, I don't feel like he has some of the standard aspects that a pedophile would. But at the same time, you know, his Mercury is squaring his Uranus, and that can give him a very sick and twisted imagination. That's probably why he could go so deep and in depth and be so descriptive with that, you know, all the things he said he was going to do, right? Hypothetically. And also, it's worth mentioning, so he's been accused of some sort of perversion, and he raps like that. Listen. Hey, Francine. I watched the video, and it was disgusting. It was disgusting. It was so sickening. I was disgusted. I was so disgusted. But you know, like I said, that Mercury squaring his Uranus could definitely give him a sick and twisted imagination, though. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Because he did I was watching this Lovely Tea video, and basically she was saying that, or he said that she played a clip of him. He did a live stream after everything went viral. He was saying that the opponent actually didn't have a daughter. So he was like, well, and that was his defense, right? He was like, well, he doesn't have a daughter. You know, it's battle rap. It's battle rap. He don't even have a daughter. You know, I guess he was saying we need to shut the fuck up, and it's not a big deal. But why on Twitter, Black women and men are just focused on his colorist remarks? Exactly. I don't know, because the colorism was secondary to the fact that this nigga is going in on like talking about what he gonna do and how he gonna do and how his friends gonna do. A 6-year-old, huh? What? And yes, great point, Sierra. The people in the background were laughing and cheering him on. And it really disgusted me, because I felt like people are hopeless. Like, we're hopeless. And you know, maybe it's the pessimism in me, but it was like, y'all thought that shit was, if y'all thought that was funny, y'all just as sick as he is. Yes, and his daughters are dark skinned, and that made me scared, because you actually just told on yourself. All the even though in you know, it's like he likes to tell it, the dude actually didn't have a daughter. So I guess, you know, we should just overlook everything. But even despite that, you explaining and sharing how you felt about the situation, knowing that you had 2 dark-skinned daughters yourself, it makes me side-eye you. And then the fact that he got that court case, or he had that court case, talking about his baby mama coached the little girl into saying XYZ. That's not a coincidence to me. It's not a coincidence to me. I would not be surprised if he did something that was kind of inappropriate with his children. I'm just saying. Nothing about this is for a 6-year-old girl, whether fake or real. Exactly. Like, it being hypothetical doesn't make it okay. Because you legit just told on yourself. You just told on yourself. Some of the biggest pedo aspects that I see, you got to look at people who have like their chirons and like you know, Aquarius, and it's negatively aspected. Let's see, Uranus, you know, an afflicted Uranus squaring your Mars or something. Not, and then once again, this is not for every single person with these aspects, but generally speaking, some, you know, a comprehensive list of some of the biggest afflictions that I see in the charts of people who are like, you know, sexual deviant, so to speak. You got that Mars squaring Uranus, or some type of Scorpio energy that's afflicted, because Scorpio deals with taboo, and it deals with things that are, it quite literally deals with deviancy, or even Pluto aspects that are afflicted. You're always going to look at the afflictions to the Mars sign, though, because Mars also deals with your sexuality as well. But then Pluto deals with force. Depending on what type of shape it's in, it can point towards rape and somebody being taken against their will, right? Or using it against others. Let me see. Saturn. You want to look at the condition of a person's Saturn as well, and how that's how that is aspected. The sun, what the person's sun is doing. The sun represents children. So does the fifth house. Look at what a person's fifth house is doing. What kind of planets are in the fifth house? How are those planets being aspected? I'm doubting the mother coached the children. Exactly. Well, I do agree that there are certain and few cases where, things like that could happen. They're kind of few and far in between. But this, in this context, I'm not buying it because of everything else that's presenting itself. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of like a part of who you are, bro. You like, bro, you kind of, you put yourself out there like that. Like I said, he was descriptive. He was descriptive as fuck. He went into detail. That was, whoo, child. It's too coincidental. A lot of trines in the birth chart basically point to where a trine is a gift. It's a gift that was underdeveloped in a past life. So in this lifetime, trines are things that that could benefit you, but you really have to actively work on them and tap into them. Otherwise, you'll lose them. So he's an Aries sun. So a lot of people with trines in the birth chart, depending on how you handle it or how you go about it, but these could be people who are natural, who have certain gifts and talents or capabilities that maybe they haven't really tapped into. Which I mean, you need to be careful about that, because that can lead to laziness or you just being complacent, you getting too comfortable. And little kids don't lie about getting touched on. Exactly. I agree. Wholeheartedly. I hope they use his video as evidence in court. The way he spoke about it, he made it seem like the court case had opened and closed, like the situation had come and gone already. I don't know if it's still an ongoing case, but I mean, shit, they need to send CPS around that motherfucker so they can check on them sharing. And if they got to open another court case, then open another motherfucking court case and make it do what it do. And then he also has his Venus, his Venus squaring his Chiron, his Venus at the 10th degree of Pisces, squaring his Chiron in Gemini. Like I said, I feel like he gives me that he's the type of person who likes to say things that he knows is going to disgust and shock and repulse people. Like this reaction that's going on, I feel like he likes it. I don't feel like it's a situation to where he's ashamed and upset. Based on these aspects, I feel like he could be somebody who's kind of eating this up and enjoying it. Actually. He looks perfect. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, I mean, with that sun conjunct Jupiter in Aries, like I said, it's that instinctively and intuitively, that's giving me he's already somebody who's hypersexual and who can succumb to acting on sexual impulses. Period. And with his Jupiter at the 8th degree, that number 8 deals with somebody who can inflict harm and punishment on people that they deem to be lesser than them or weaker than them. So that would include the elderly, that would include children. Definitely split personality with that Gemini influence. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of tease. We're talking about Giorgio Casper. My name is Blossom, the battle rapper. What's his Instagram? He deleted his Instagram, Angelica. Ain't no Instagram. He deleted it. You go on Facebook. His name is Giorgio Casper. So yeah, that's my analysis on that, y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna still try to be objective, but I'm not getting good vibes, even just looking at some of these aspects. I also think he might be what do you call it? I think he might be a little slow. Like he got some issues in the head. He kind of fucked up in the head with that Mercury and Pisces squaring his Saturn in Sagittarius. He must have got death threats like crazy. He did get a lot of death threats, which, I mean, listen, as the fuck you should, as you should have. And then the fact that he got his Pluto forming a quincunx to his North Node, the Aries North Node, because, that could deal with, like, a person who has a lot of, who really is conflicted with that level of like sexual energy, and it can be downright pervy, and like I don't like that, y'all. And with it quincunx and his son, I don't like that. I feel like he could have really fucked on them kids, y'all. The fact that his name is Georgia. He don't know who the fuck he is. He don't. But I'm done talking about him. Let's get off of him. Cause that shit brought my whole energy down. All you can do is pray for the kids. I know one motherfucking thing. If I was a mama, your ass is motherfucking grass, bitch. I'd kill your ass. Like, and I feel no type of way about it. I'm going to hell or jail. Period. Casper, y'all gonna end on that man's name. It couldn't be me, bitch. It couldn't be me. So, in other news, I had heard. Well, let's start with the Beyonce and Meg Thee Stallion collab, because I saw somebody post that earlier in the chat. What did y'all think about it? I saw the beehive. I call them the wasp. The wasp, because they ain't no motherfucking bees. Y'all some wasps. I saw the wasp congregating earlier. Talk about how she the queen of rap. So what y'all think? Ooh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, the bee killer. They ain't killing shit. I like Beyonce, but I'm tired of that damn. Listen, TikTok, goddamn, savage me to death. And let's talk about the fact that I already did not like that album or mixtape or whatever you want to call it from Meg. That shit was underwhelming and disappointing. I did not like it. So then, you add Beyonce to it. And here's my thing. If you're familiar with this channel, I don't fuck with Beyonce. I don't like her. She has music that I like, by certain bodies of work that I like, because I can be objective and say I appreciate certain things that she's done. But I I can't fuck with Beyonce like that. And 90% of the reason why I can't fuck with her is because you motherfucking be wasp, hornet, hive ass motherfuckers. Y'all do the most. Y'all treat the bitch like she God. And she's not God. Y'all treat the bitch like she's the best thing since sliced bread. And she can't do no wrong. Beyonce make mistakes too. She done made plenty of them. Like House of Darion. Like thinking she can act. Like being a part of the Lion King. Beyonce done made hella mistakes. Okay? Beyonce done made many questionable choices. And to be honest with you, I haven't liked the direction of Beyonce's music since motherfucking 2010. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Yes, Sierra, I like her old songs. Her old songs. So I love her first album, the Beyonce album. That I would give you that. Or what is it? Dangerously in Love. I think that was the title of the album. I loved it. I will play it to this day and not feel no type of way about it. I love the We Like to Party. I may be young, but I'm ready. Hey, to give you all my love. I told my girls you can get it. Hey, don't slow it down. Just let it go. So in love. Oh. See, like I like, certain songs like that. I can deal with that. But the turning point for me was Drunk in Love. Because first of all, I felt like she was trying too hard. And I guess it depends on how you want to look at this. Because some people feel like Beyonce played the industry game until she was in a position to where she didn't have to appease white sensibility anymore and be like this good chick from Texas and pro-black people, quote unquote. I feel like it's kind of, I don't feel like Beyonce is super hood. Okay. Yes, she's from Houston, Texas, but her dad was in motherfucking corporate America and her mom was a hairstylist. They had a regular middle class lifestyle. Okay. Beyonce was not from the slums of Houston, Texas. She was not from the 5th Ward, the 9th Ward. Okay. So I'm not really buying this like I'm a hood girl from Texas thing. I'm not like, so when she does like I'm like ghetto Beyonce and I'm so relatable because I'm ghetto Beyonce, I'm having a hard time buying it. I can't buy it. Sorry. Miss me with it. How did Beyonce even get this cult-like follow? And I said all of this to say, let's go ahead and pull up Beyonce's birth chart because I've never done a formal reading of Beyonce's chart. So I do want to take a look at it. And her new music is trash. People hate her because of her fans. It's not her fault that they're crazy. Oh, why, yes, it is, Miss Lilith. It kind of is. It actually is. But we'll get into that when we discuss her chart. Y'all think Beyonce she probably does. And if Beyonce looked like Kelly at the same time, she would never be where she is today. That light skin phenotype is praised in the black. Exactly. Exactly. I think she told the Beehive to calm down with the drama. The only reason she said that Sierra is because they was dragging a white woman with lots of money and lots of power. Beyonce is boring. And people try to credit her with being this genius, but I'm like, Beyonce is a well-oiled machine with lots of moving parts behind her. A lot of different, people who go into building that finished product. I think Beyonce is dumb as a box of rocks. She's a really good package on whatever it is she's trying to sell. But whatever, let me go ahead and get started. I can't get with her. She does have Beyonce can dance. Let's talk about that. I said it. I motherfucking said it. Beyonce cannot dance. She can sing her ass off, and she can put on a great overall performance. The bitch cannot dance, nor can she act. Most beautiful women are born because they don't have to really develop their personality. That's true. So Beyonce was born September 4th, 1981, making her a Virgo sun, Scorpio moon. Obviously that I mean I believe her Virgo sun is very evident and apparent. I would never take her being a hard worker away from her. And even with the sun dealing with your claim to fame, her being a Virgo sun deals with her even being known for being a perfectionist, somebody who hits the mark and is on cue every time. Somebody who even the things that there's a certain type of formula, there's a certain type of order and structure, and there's a very certain type of system that she likes to apply to her work. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be like a routine, whether it be a commercial, whether it be whatever project she's working on, right? She's very precise, very concise, and she likes it to look a certain way, feel a certain way, be a certain way. I think that's very apparent. That's very evident. And I can even like admit that. Like that's fine. That's a part of Beyonce and her brand, but it also makes her very robotic, and it makes her come off as very stiff, and like especially with her well, maybe it's not really the 12th degree, but still nonetheless. She's also a Scorpio moon, and then she does have a Libra stellium. Now let's get into, before we get into the Libra stellium, her being a Scorpio moon, right? Let's talk about that. Her Scorpio moon is conjunct her black moon Lilith. And that could absolutely produce a person who is very much, and if you watch my video that I did on Beyonce as a witch, a person who is very much immersed in occult magic, witchery, which ironically enough, this past or the most recent album she put out, that Lemonade album, had many different references from African spirituality. I think she posed herself as the daughter of Oshun. Which, I mean, this is a different video for a different day, because everybody and their mama think they products of Oshun. But I feel like Beyonce actually could be. And I think she's well aware of these things. She's well aware of ancestral spirituality. She's very well aware of occult magic. And there's no coincidence that Jay-Z, she and Jay-Z are friends with that witch bitch in Hollywood. I forget her name. I might do a reading on her later. But she's known to be one of the biggest witches in Hollywood. And this is not like a conspiracy. It's just fact. She throws these spell parties, I forget what you call them, where all of Hollywood is invited, and y'all know how Hollywood operates. And she works very closely with Jay-Z. So, and then in addition to the fact, Beyonce's family are from Louisiana and all of that jazz. So you got the hoodoo or voodoo culture there. You got occult magic. Marina Abraviach or something like that. Yes. Funny, she seems so surface when interviewed in public, but that Scorpio moon, yeah. And it also makes her very secretive. It makes her very, and it also, that even points towards her being very protective about her personal business. So that privacy thing, that the mystique, the mystery that everybody is just clamors over, because she's not one of those artists that oversaturates herself. Then this is also reinforced with her moon being conjunct her Uranus as well, and Scorpio. So like Uranus is a very intuitive. So uh like I said, occult knowledge Oh snap! Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Oh snap! Did Beyonce get me? Can y'all hear me? Okay. Listen, listen. My ancestors is thorough. So I got that counter magic for Beyonce's counter magic. I ain't like her motherfucking drummer. You heard? I ain't like her motherfucking former drummer. I got that counter magic for your magic, bitch. What's happening? So, like I was saying, Beyonce, yeah, if you think she's not throwing bitches in jars, you are crazy. Which is it takes me to my next point. It takes me to my next point. Her former drummer who said that you love Beyonce, that's great. I don't. But her former drummer who was saying that Beyonce did this to me, right? Beyonce did that to me. Beyonce killed Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I'm back. We back. Listen, that motherfucking Mama Tina and Beyonce Illuminati magic not finna keep me down for long. They been getting my butt, but I'ma still run my mouth though. Cause I said what I said. I don't stand for nobody just messing around. Beyonce getting down about you. Beyonce, she need a code name. Listen, I'm gonna call her the Hornet. She's the Hornet. They not the bees, they hornets. They some hornets, Lilith. Yes, I can talk about her multiple miscarriages. So her miscarriages stem from her being a Cancer North node. Okay, so with her being a Capricorn South node, this deals with her being a person who comes from many past lives of being very much like steeped in her own reputation, like somebody who has a very strong desire for worldly achievements, somebody who is very much focused around their career. That's why she does also kind of have this reputation for being a workaholic. However, as she gets older, it's like, steeping and immersing herself in her career and work life and, building a brand. You can even look at that Capricorn South node it's her having like a brand, her being a brand, building her brand, that being unfulfilling to her. So as a result, many Cancer North Nodes have a karmic obligation to find fulfillment and meaning in motherhood, primarily, right? With that Cancer energy, Cancer deals with literally the womb. It deals with the family dynamic. It deals with the divine feminine archetype, which makes a lot of sense for Beyonce because it deals with her, number one, embracing her femininity, but also number two, being very fertile, having lots of children. However, that North Node, that Cancer North Node, can also produce some difficulties and complications in regards to pregnancy. Okay. And this is also reinforced with, I believe, let me take a look. I believe her North Node is afflicted. Because and even her North Node is at the 29th degree of Cancer. That number 29 can bring about issues with fertility, or maybe not fertility, but like issues with either like childbirth, child rearing, carrying your child, or something like that. A lot of significant challenges. So I wouldn't be surprised if she actually did have to have a surrogate carry one of her kids, because y'all know that was like the thing. That was the thing that, they were saying when her stomach deflated when she was supposedly pregnant with Blue Ivy. But yeah, that Cancer North Node alone can make her very much prone to multiple miscarriages. And then it's squaring her Venus at the 20th degree of Libra. That could also deal with issues with her reproductive organs. So yeah. Oh yeah, and it's also squaring her Pluto at the 22nd degree of Libra. Once again, issues with her reproductive organs. So I wouldn't be surprised if she had somebody carrying her kids. Notice how we have no connection issues since we've been talking about her coochie. But when I want to talk about her magic, like what, like make it make sense. Make it make sense. But whatever. I precious. I just don't, and even that Capricorn South Node, let's get into it. That could even deal with her being a staunch capitalist. And that's another thing that I hate about her. Her and her relationship with Jay-Z. They are staunch capitalists, and people are supposed to praise them because they make so much money. Now, praising her for her talents, fine. Even though, we can have a debate about it, but whatever. But, y'all being millionaires or billionaires, and I got to respect you by way solely of you being a billionaire. Bitch, people are out here dying. You hear me? Even before Corona. Like the wealth disparity, the classism of it all. It's just ridiculous to me. And I feel like Black people really buy into that. We buy into worshiping celebrities just for the sake of them being celebrities, worshiping wealth. Like, and these motherfuckers don't do shit for your ass. Okay, yeah, Jay-Z and Beyonce donated to a few charities here and a few charities there. What have they done for you, my motherfucking little wasp hornet, my little hornet? Taking time out of your life to defend Beyonce tooth and nail. But that's also a part of that cult-like following, which if I wasn't cut off earlier, I would have got to. Her having that moon conjunct Uranus and Scorpio deals with her having a cult-like following. And it's definitely something that I feel like she conjured up via magic. And I'm not saying she doesn't have people who you can't, there can't be a genuine appreciation for her and what she does. I am Ty. So I'm pretty sure she has helped inspire you as an artist. That's excellent. I'm talking about people who are out here harassing people, fighting tooth and nail, and in defending her honor day in and day out around the clock. That's not weird to y'all? That doesn't sound like some cult-like whatever the fuck? Jay-Z is a bona fide boss. I look up to him and will copy his business tactics in the future. That's fine. Just know you probably won't be Jay-Z. You won't make nowhere near as much Jay-Z makes without doing some stuff. like selling your soul. I mean, and that's not even just being like, oh, a conspiracy theorist, Illuminati type person in general. That's just how capitalism works. I would argue there are no good people who are billionaires. If you're a billionaire, you did a lot of things to become a billionaire. If you're a billionaire, that means you worked your way up to the top of this. I don't even want to say just work your way up, because that would imply that anybody can do it, and anybody can't do it. It's a very small club. But nonetheless, if you're a billionaire, there's a very specific reason as to why you're a billionaire, and there are a set of agreements that you're signing yourself up to. And even multimillionaires, people who exist within that stratosphere of that socioeconomic class, understand? And to a certain degree, I'm not completely anti-capitalism, because I understand. I mean, I have my own business. Hello, HoodAstroQueen, but I take major issue with staunch capitalists and people who put profit before anything and everything. But that's also a sign of the times that we're living in, with transiting Pluto conjunct Jupiter in Capricorn. People worship material. They worship the physical. They worship status, right? They worship capitalism and your ability to make money. So whatever the fuck. Beyonce was the leader of Destiny's Child. But if you were light-skinned and your parents managed the group, you would be the leader of Destiny's Child too. Selling their soul, how? Well, and I guess it just really depends on the natural set of morals and beliefs that you have as an individual. But when you look at the fact that you have people sleeping under a fucking bridge, people with no food to eat, why the fuck do we have billionaires in this country? DB, M. Why do we have billionaires when there are people who literally cannot eat? Why do we have billionaires when there are homeless men, women, and children? Why do we have billionaires when people cannot even go to the hospital without receiving a bill in the mail? Why do we have billionaires when there are people who can't afford healthcare, people who can't afford college, people who can't afford basic everyday necessities, who can't afford to eat? And even as COVID-19 is concerned, there are 30 million people without jobs. Why do we have billionaires? And what are these motherfuckers doing? So I'm real. Don't get me going, because I got a lot. I got a whole lot. Yeah, and even with Carrie Hilson, because I want y'all to understand something. Once again, even pointing back to that moon conjunct Uranus and Scorpio, Beyonce, don't get it fucked up. Everybody likes to look at Beyonce like she is so high and mighty and unbothered. Sis is not unbothered. She's just undetected. Catch that. There's a difference between unbothered and undetected. She flies below the radar. You can look at that as spell work, her dabbling in the occult, but you can also look at that as her navigating and leveraging her power within her own community. So I wouldn't be surprised that she did fucking blackball Carrie Hilson out of existence. The things that people, drag Nicki about, right? But because Beyonce is Beyonce, we supposed to bow the fuck down. Bitch, fuck you. Actually, I also remember there was a time where there was a performance that for that Selma movie, that the singer named Lettucey, she's like a neo soul singer, but she's not really mainstream. She was supposed to be singing at the Oscars, I think, performing the whatever song it was for the Selma soundtrack. And Beyonce, behind the scenes, it actually came out that Beyonce told the producers, like, listen, I want to sing that song. And yeah, I mean, given you know how Hollywood operated, Beyonce telling you she want to sing a song, if you got to choose between Beyonce and some regular no name bitch, who the fuck you choosing? So Beyonce got on there and sung that lady song. Bitch, who the fuck do you think you are? Who do you think you are? And just because Carrie Hilson came and spoke out against you, like, and nobody questions it. Everybody is like, that's the part that get me. Like, even with the Carrie Hilson thing, we can laugh, people kiki, they make jokes. Oh, yeah, do, ding. But y'all don't see nothing wrong with that because she said something about Beyonce. Now her career is just regulated out of existence. And Carrie Hilson is talented to Beyonce. I said it. She's more talented than Beyonce. Beyonce, in my opinion, Beyonce is an excellent performer, so I guess it just depends on how you want to score her and score those points. You know, I will say, as far as like being a person who can dance and sing at the same time and be captivating, Beyonce has it on lock because Carrie Hilson can't dance. But Carrie Hilson is also a, you know, heavily decorated songwriter, and she has a voice that sounds like honey in a jar. So, I mean, in my opinion, you know, whatever. She's more talented than Beyonce to me. So it's just like what happened with Carrie Hilson was, I think it was a producer by the name of Polo the Don, who she was working with. He's an Atlanta-based producer, Monica's cousin. Little known fact. And yeah, performing does hold a lot of. Well, it depends on you as a person. So performing holds a lot of weight to you. For me, performing doesn't hold that much weight just because, well, maybe let me not say performing doesn't hold a lot of weight. So just scratch that. I guess it just depends on what type of performer you are. And everybody likes different things. That's completely fine, right? For me, you don't have to swing across stage and do a flip and do a split on the dick and hop up. You know, you ain't got to do all of that. I just want a person who is able to be captivating, who has some level of stage presence, and you can, what's most important to me is that you sound very similar to what you sounded like on the track. You know, so if you're a person who just needs a microphone stand and you just want to sway back and forth, you know, but you're still able to, you know, engage with your audience, be it like body language, whatever the fuck, your voice sounds incredible, I'm fine. Some people like the lights, camera, action. On the Breakfast Club that compare MJ to exact, and that's my thing. Like y'all, the Beehive, y'all just OD with it. Y'all OD with it. Like a person can give Beyonce, and people like, why y'all don't want to give Beyonce her props? Y'all some haters. No, bitch. Most people can give Beyonce her props. Y'all niggas drag that shit. Like comparing her to Michael Jackson, bruh. Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like even even with the Meg Thee Stallion remix, like this bitch do a rap because you know she into the thing where she rapping now. And like we all know Beyonce is not a rapper, she's a singer, but fine. If creative wise, if you want to express yourself by rapping, rap. And I actually thought the verse was pretty good. It was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. It was straight. Then here come these hornets. Here come the hornets nest. Beyonce is she's the queen of rap. Beyonce is the real queen of rap. Beyonce need to drop a rap. Beyonce is the best rapper ever. Beyonce is a rapper. She's a rapper. She's the best to ever do it. She's the best. Like, all right. See, like now I gotta take my compliment back because y'all look at you. Look at you. Does that really make sense? So just because she's Beyonce, she's the queen of rap. Y'all do know Beyonce didn't write that verse, right? You know, like actually looked at the credits. The Dream, Jay-Z, and a couple of other niggas wrote that verse for her. But that's okay. She's not a rapper, so I'm not really holding that against her that much. But Beyonce is not the queen of rap, y'all. Just say you like the song. Just say it was fire. Say she did that and just move on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the minute you hear Beyonce, even with the Lion King, who the fuck said Beyonce could act, bro? I got news for you, hornet motherfuckers. Beyonce cannot act. Beyonce is booty at acting. She can't act. So who thought it would be a good idea to place her in a movie like The Lion King, nigga? And this is coming from somebody who is a theater major myself, okay? The differentiations between like theater acting and voice acting there aren't that many degrees of separation. If you can't act on film on screen, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to act as a voice actor, because literally all you have is your voice to convey whatever it is you're trying to do. And Beyonce is a monotone, low. Who's with me, lions? Hey, lions, who's with me, lion? Bitch, what the fuck? This is the Lion King. I'm trying to relive my childhood. I am trying to relive my childhood. Now, like who did this? And it became all about Beyonce, even in the way that they marketed the movie, the way that they advertised the movie. It was like Beyonce and them lions over there. That was the name of the movie. Beyonce and them lions over there. Bitch, I wanted to see the Lion King. What the fuck? It was so distracting. Even just watching Nala, I'm like, oh, I hate this bitch. That's the shit that made me hate her, y'all. That's what made me hate Beyonce. Oh, that's what made me hate. It's just, so like I said, I don't know who I hate more, you hornets or Beyonce, but it bugs me. Because this bitch is not above reproach, my nigga. She's not above reproach. But once again, that moon conjunct Uranus and Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio, I wouldn't be surprised if she done casted some spells. And it deals with her. She's just naturally going to have a cult following. She's gonna have people who follow her like the word of God, and that's so crazy. And Fight and Temptation, I like the movie Fight and Temptation, Taj, but her acting was not a highlight for me. Going down to the river, to the river, going down. Hey, down to the river, take me to the river. I like Fire. I mean, listen, and did I like Carmen? I can't remember if I like Carmen or not. Beyonce is always nice to look at. She's fine. I'll give her that too, but I'd rather not hear her speak. I saw her acting with Cuba. Exactly. Like, bitch, who the fuck do you think you are? You get to act with Cuba Gooding Jr., Idris Elba. She's the only person I know who then stood across from A-list actors who are top-notch. These are top-notch niggas in a motherfucking profession. And bitch, your ass can't act your way out of a fucking paper bag. But because you Beyonce, we just supposed to shut the fuck up, huh? Girl, you tried it. She does witchcraft. You know how many actors and actresses, credible, certified, would love to work with a motherfucking Cuba Gooding Jr. and Idris Elba? Come on now. Come on now. Now, also that I meant to mention too that Cancer North Node can deal or reinforce her dealing with the ancestors, because it does give her a very strong ancestral connection. It just does. So I do see her for that reason, being a descendant of Oshun. Based off of that, that makes sense. Hey, Camellia Real. Okay, y'all talking about Rihanna. I like Riri. I like Riri for the most part. Riri might be, I don't know about her being a thief, but she ain't a bigger thief than Beyonce. I'll tell you that. She ain't a bigger thief than Beyonce. Beyonce is a thieving for your ass. Let me see what else she got going on. Also, with Beyonce's Pluto and Venus squaring her Capricorn South Node at that 29th degree, that points towards her having, or just even with both of her nodes, that could also point towards Jay-Z cheating. That could even point towards her having issues with, oh yeah, because her Mars is even conjunct, her Mars and Leo's conjunct her North Node. So yeah, that deals with her having issues in her marriage. So I could definitely see Jay-Z cheating. That Venus conjunct Pluto right there and squaring her nodes. And then number 29 deals with third party interferences. Shit, he probably got a bitch pregnant. And actually, while we being funny here, I've heard that before. I've heard he actually got a woman pregnant, and how her having her Venus, Pluto, and Libra squaring her Cancer North Node at the 29th degree could actually point towards that. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually got a divorce. So I'm gonna stand by it, and if it happens, I'm gonna just remember y'all heard it here, because all is not well in paradise. I can assure you that, as it pertains to their marriage. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they made their marriage a brand. That's also reinforced with that Venus Pluto squaring her Capricorn South Node. Hey, truth teller, I don't know who he slept with, but like I said, I just know based off of this aspect, that's very plausible that he could have, I know that he's cheated on her, but he could also have had a child outside of the marriage. And Beyonce is very entitled. That's another manifestation of her moon conjunct Uranus and Scorpio. That even with the culture vulture theory, like her being a culture vulture, I mean, Scorpio is a parasite, and it deals with her sucking the life out of people, places, and things. Which she does. And I mean, this is not just me, being sour grapes. There have been several accounts of people having certain things, performing certain routines, doing certain things, and then Beyonce comes along and just swoops down like an eagle and just snatches it and flies off into the sunset. And because she's Beyonce, it's a hit. And because she has such a huge star power, she Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Everybody all cool with it. It's all good. But I digress. Let me digress. I'm going to digress. Yes, it's a part of the image and brand they created. Because let's not play. Beyonce is not that intelligent. She has her Mercury conjunct her Saturn and Libra that deals with her being very reliant and very dependent on other people for things, like intellectually speaking, right? So I'm even getting like her creativity, like the different concepts that find their way into her music, and people always try to like attribute that to her or credit that to her. Now I will say, to be fair and to be balanced, she that Cancer North Node on the positive side can deal with her. I do feel like she does have a natural sense of what's the word, love for Black people, her own people, her being so pro-Black. Mm-hmm. But what is once again squaring her Pluto and Venus in Libra, I think a lot of it has to do with appearance, keeping up appearances, appearing to be this social leader, whatever. Yeah, but Beyonce relies on her family. That's also part of the Cancer North Node, her family, and the mother being very influential on her life. Whatever. But there goes y'all's queen, honey. Because I've been getting a lot of requests to do a Beyonce reading. And then finally, before we wrap up the night, I'm gonna take a look at LeBron James. LeBron James. While we're talking about Mercury, you should do a live stream on the Mercury signs. I guess I will, Casey. I will. I definitely will. LeBron James. I heard he was cheating on his wife, but I'm not surprised. So I'm going to take a look at his chart to see if there are any indicators of that. Plausibly, possibly. She was blessed. I wish I had my family boost me up in my career. Um, that is true. Most family won't elevate you. I'll do the Olsen twins another time, Zeph. Because to be honest, I'm kind of tired, y'all. I wanna get nasty. Nasty. Girl, take it out. LeBron James. LeBron James isn't ugly. Well, never mind. I was trying to be nice. So LeBron James is a Capricorn sun. His son is the 9th degree of Capricorn, so that already tells me he's hypersexual. But okay. In addition to him being an Aries moon, moon at the 16th degree of Aries, he also has his Saturn conjunct to his Scorpio South Node. Yeah, that could deal with him having lots of secrets, him being very secretive. It could also deal with him being controlling, him being under surveillance of some sort. I'm not sure. Or him being abused. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron James, especially in his 6th house. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he. Wait a minute. I wonder if he hires prostitutes. That Saturn conjunct South Node, Saturn conjunct Scorpio South Node in the 6th house could create a person who dibbles and dabbles with sex workers. But I also do suspect that maybe he could have been violated by an older male figure in his life, but that's neither here nor there. That's not what this reading is about. But I think LeBron James is very sexual. He could low-key be like a sex addict, especially in his 6th house. He gives me I need sex in order to survive type tease. Being LeBron industry, like I'm confused. What's the correlation between Beyonce and LeBron? What is the correlation? Let's see. And then he has his Venus. His Venus squaring the 25th degree of Aquarius. Excuse me, his Venus is at the 25th degree of Aquarius, squaring his South Node. I wouldn't be surprised if he was into trans women. Or, men. Once again, it's neither here nor there. Then he also has his sun conjunct Neptune. He has lots of secrets. He's a very secretive person. And he lets people know exactly what he wants them to know. Fascinating. A book for degrees and aspects. I have some books for aspects. Aspects. Hold on. Let me find it for you. I don't have any books on numerology to recommend. I personally just kind of pull from a variety of different sources. Because there was this little spirit shop by my house, which I'm pretty sure is closed now because of the lockdown. But where they had this little sheet and it listed off each of the numbers 1 through 9 and what planet they were governed by, and that matters a lot when it comes to numerology. Let me see. I have this book called Aspects in Astrology by Sue Tompkins. Excellent. Yeah, go cop that. Go cop that. Esoteric mommy. Aspects in Astrology is a really good book. Also, Astrology for the Soul is really good by Jan Spiller. I know he's very dramatic on the court, overdoing sometimes. Okay, so let me hold on. I mean, so based off of what I've seen so far, I wouldn't be surprised if he. I could definitely see him cheating on his wife. That's not surprising to me. Let's see what else he has going on here. Let's see what his Venus is doing. His Venus. Conjunct midheaven. Yeah, I mean, even with that Venus square in North Node, I wouldn't be surprised if his relationship was. I wouldn't actually be surprised if it was if his relationship was kind of set up in a way where that was okay. To be real. You know what I mean? Where like he and his wife already have like an arrangement going on. So like I'm pretty sure I would suspect that she probably knows. Especially with his Venus in the ninth house of Aquarius. She probably knows. That he just, he wants a little bit of punani on the side. Hey Tamara. Who's my favorite couple? Girl, I ain't got no favorite couple. All these folks, I just don't. I don't like. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I talk about celebrities as much as I do because I know that a lot of people are into that. But as my channel grows, I don't give a fuck like that. Like it's like I'm still human, so of course, like certain hot topics or whatever might come up, and I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. I want to talk about it. I have an opinion on this, and then I give my opinion, and I go on about my life. So even especially as it pertains to relations, like celeb relationships, this is one big illusion that has nothing to do with me. These motherfuckers are regular people, and to be honest with you, a lot of them is either fake or they putting on and they flexing and acting. And I just most Virgos don't care about cheating. I would cheat on him too, right? Really? It also helps with celebrities seeing the placement in that. Right. And okay, and that as well. That's a good point too. Esoteric mommy. That's another reason why actually it makes sense to do celebrity readings on this channel, and I do it as much as I do because it's a point of relatability because we all for the most part know these celebrities. So it's like, okay, to discuss how these aspects can manifest and play out, everybody gets to see it. It's beneficial. But as my platform grows, I am slowly becoming disenchanted with it. So to be honest, just speaking on the direction, these live streams are meant for us to talk shit. So we can talk about anything, whatever, and that celebrities included. But as far as like the channel, the rest of the channel, uploads and stuff like that, be prepared for the content to take a different direction. Um, Cash Doll has a one song that I liked, and that was that song with Summer Walker on her most recent album. Really, really wish that I could trust you. Wish it was easier to love you. Got up, bag up, that's the way to be. On the friends but my some telling me that these boys are all the same. I like that song. Outside of that, Cash Doll is useless. She's useless. You hear me? Useless. And I think Cash Doll is fine. And I don't see why people give her the trouble that they do. Like people talk about she old and whatever. And it made me feel some type of way because me and Cash Doll are the same age. Because I'm like, she does not look old to me. But whatever. You don't like her music? She's a Sag Moon. Well, you know, even Sagittarians make mistakes. She's just not, there's nothing about her. She's just not my cup of tea, really. My mom's a Virgo, and when I was younger, she suspected my dad and dragged my ass to find him. Damn. Yeah, the celeb stuff is like for a little kiki, like a little yang yang, little king. My, you know, no, because I just feel like they think they all that. Like, so I feel like we all are celebrities in our own right. And if we all took, because think about it, in astrology, even taking us back to astrology, celebrities and in the birth charts of a lot of celebrities, you see a lot of Leo energy. And that's because Leo is governed by the sun, and the sun is the life force of all living things. The sun is your ego. The sun is your passion. The sun is it's literally what drives you. It's what makes you get out of the bed. It's literally life. And we feed these people, these celebrities, without us giving them attention, without us giving them and actively feeding into this life force, they would die. And I feel like the amount of energy and time we put into other people's life forces who have hella more money than we do, who at every chance they get won't hesitate to tell us about how broke we are. How I got money, I can buy your life. Money, Beyonce too, might I add. Money, I can buy your life. Broke nigga, I don't like a broke nigga, broke motherfucker, you's a broke motherfucker. I'm a rich motherfucker, give me rich motherfucker. Bitch, okay, so you so rich, bitch, you don't need me. You's a rich bitch. You got diamonds in your neck, diamonds in your grill, diamonds in your teeth, diamonds in your pussy. Why do you need me to pay you any attention? Why do you need me to stream your music? Why do you need me to, make you trend the internet and social media? And so I just wish that, and that's another reason why I hate stan culture. I just wish people could collectively get together and in unison say, I don't give a fuck, and go on about their normal lives. Because that's attention that you can give to yourself and your own creative pursuits and your own life force. We are celebrities with social media. Be a fucking celebrity. You're right. I might be wrong, but if a man isn't completely satisfied, why would he cheat? I think lowers a man's respect for women to stay if he did. Well, Jessica, the thing is, cheating has nothing to do with the other person. Cheating is more of like an internal thing. You know, cheating has everything to do with the cheater and nothing to do with the person getting cheated on. I mean, because you can suck dick from the back 10 times a day, fix 5-course meals, and still get cheated on if the nigga was just if that's just how he set up. Girl, I know I'm broke, but your music still sounds like weird to me. To support is okay. Exactly. She got fire music now. What are other aspects you see in celebrity birth charts? That Pisces energy. A lot of them are Pisces, like South nodes or North nodes, or um maybe even risings in some instances. A lot of Pisces energy though. Lots of Leo energy, lots of Pisces energy, and not for nothing, a lot of Scorpio energy that can make somebody very famous. And as we determined with Beyonce, depending on where it's placed, I mean, even Scorpio ascendants, people who have Pluto in positive relationship to the ascendant, the moon. I mean, even because the moon also kind of deals with your reputation as well. So Scorpio moons, if positively aspected, these people absolutely could be very famous, very powerful, very influential. All the best freaks get cheated on, okay? Y'all see Cardi B always talking about how she's sucking Offset dick, and then in the next breath, talking about my nigga, why you in my inbox trying to talk to my nigga? I just find it funny how bitches be trying to fuck with your nigga. Like, girl, so what happened, girl? I thought your coon was what she say? Yo pussy basura, my pussy ochata. I thought your pussy was ochata. Girl, the ochata has an expiration date because clearly that's not enough. Clearly that's not enough. Being a freak is not enough to keep a man from being. People have free will and they have the right to exercise that free will. Now I'm not saying cheating is right, but based on whatever the other person is dealing with, that's them. That's their internal struggle. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You could be the biggest freak on the planet. You can be fine. That's why all of the women who are the ideal standards of beauty have been cheated on. Beyonce, let y'all tell her, Beyonce is the best thing since sliced bread. Beyonce is God. She is the ultimate, model of perfection. And her husband can't keep his dick in his pants. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? I will never listen to trashy beat. Cardi is she's ugh. Don't get me started on that. I don't even have the energy for another rant in me. I already went on the Beyonce rant. I'm gonna save the Cardi B rant for the next time. And Offset is a Sagittarius and Jay-Z is a Sagittarius. You're right, Brenjanae. And y'all wonder why I call Sagittarius men hoes. They are the hoes of the zodiac. They are thoughts. And for some reason, they attract women who think that shit is sweet. Like, they be attracting hella Libras, like women who go out of their way to over accommodate that shit. And I'm like, sis, you a damn fool. As a Sagittarius woman myself, I can say you are a motherfucking fool, bitch. Because I wish I would. Beyonce has low self esteem. Actually, she could. Hold on, let me see. I'm telling you, Sagittarius man, 90% of them, you need to if you're not willing to engage in a situation where the man doesn't want to be tied down, because that's really what it's about. It's like he feels like he's restricting his life force. A lot of Sagittarius men feel like they have to sow their royal oats. They want to. They have a desire for expansion and variety, and if they feel like they're being robbed of that, they can resent you. They can really grow to resent you. And a lot of them end up slipping up and doing what they want to do any fucking way. So you might want to be careful with that. Especially Sagittarius Mars individuals, the perfect escape. In other ways, stay to prove to the other woman you can keep a man. That's what a lot of people do. And in Beyonce's case in particular, I feel like a lot of it also has to do with the fact that, like I said, they built like a whole quote unquote brand, you know? Like y'all are, you know, the embodiment, let everybody else say it, of couple goals, relationship goals, want. So I can see that when there's a lot of money tied up in it, a lot of business tied up in it, but even then, it takes me back to my original point. You're Beyonce. Beyonce can throw a baby out of a window, and people will be like, "Yes, oh my god, yes, yes." Beyonce, she did that. She's a queen. She's the queen. That's my queen. That's my y'all some haters. Y'all some haters. She just getting money and living good. She who don't throw babies out the window. She's the best baby thrower that I know. That would be y'all. You hornets. So even if she were to divorce, I'm pretty sure people would be okay with it. Like, I mean, it'll be shocking, but people get over it. People will still stand her and worship the ground that she walks on. So honestly, I mean, I don't know why she's staying. Right? Y'all can never throw a baby like the queen. You can never throw a baby like the queen. She's the queen. Like, all right. It's just exhausting. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. But it's more so Simbi A. It's more so of her um Scorpio moon conjunct Uranus and Black Moon Lilith Scorpio moon conjunct Black Moon Lilith and Uranus. Oh, I'm tired, Lord. That's her having that cult like following. That's what's responsible for that. Like I said, I was gonna look up her chart. You guys said she had low self-esteem. I don't know. She got Chiron at the 22nd degree of Taurus. If it's afflicted, it could produce self-esteem issues. Yep. Her Pluto is forming a quincunx to her Chiron. I feel like she could have self-esteem issues, and she cares a lot about how people view her too. And it could deal with a lot of her self-esteem issues coming from her relationship as well. So that's her Pluto at the 22nd degree of Libra, forming a quincunx to her Taurus, her Chiron in Taurus. She keeps saying her body real. Well, with her Venus conjunct Pluto, I don't. It could go either way. Her Venus conjunct Pluto, I don't know. And then having her Pluto squaring her North Node, I mean, I feel like if she hasn't had surgery to her breasts or her stomach or something like that, like a liposuction or something, maybe she's been tempted. Her ass might be real, but I feel like she's had work done to her stomach or her titties. That's just my personal opinion. All the girls around her, she was holding them up. She doesn't hang with people on her same level. What you mean? I heard people say that too. I don't know. I hope she did shade her. She has fake breasts. Is it that obvious? I haven't really paid attention to her breasts. I was just going off of like I said, this aspect here. I didn't. What is Beyonce's breast? She be showing her breasts like that? Beyonce's body isn't all manufactured looking, so I believe she's natural. But you know, there's a good thing is, or I say good thing. There is a such thing as good surgery, though, Queen. People can have good procedures, elective procedures done, and it actually come out looking good. And that's what people kind of get messed up at too. All plastic surgery isn't a botch. You can only, I mean, it's just that a lot of times we notice when people have had plastic surgery if they have a bad job, like if they you know, get a chop job. I thought her body always looked natural. You're born with natural abs. Give me some. Kelly Latoya. I like Kelly. Kelly kind of get on my nerves, but I liked her in Destiny's Child. I like Latoya. Latavia, it was useless. Michelle was useless. She definitely did my don't stab with my. I'm trying to get some plastic surgery while y'all playing. I want to get a BBL, and I want a tummy tuck, and I want a breast lift. And the gag is, I don't have big titties. Like, I've always been really bottom heavy. Um, but I got like they're like B cups now because I've gained weight. But on average, I would average like an A cup, B cup. But my issue is like that they look a little sad. They look a little like a little droopy droop. And I'm trying to get them bad boys to perk up. I mean, she could get a lot of jealousy, Bridget and John. It's like you shouldn't be scared to perfect escape if you go to a person like a very reputable, credible, you know, agency or a doctor. You keep it real. Yeah, keep it real. Listen, what did Ari Fletcher say? She made a post today that says it's 2020. Okay, don't let these motherfuckers make you feel bad. Go buy the body you want if you have the money to do it correctly and safely. That is, if you have the money to go do it, go get what you want. I mean, some people want to change. I'm not saying I'm anti-natural or anti-embracing yourself and loving yourself, right? Embrace, love yourself, all that good shit, right? If it's something that can be changed without surgery, fine, bitch, go change it. If it's something that can't, you can either accept it and shut the fuck up, or you can change it. Shit. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with surgery. Do you think Beyonce did something to Latoya's career? I think Beyonce tends to sabotage a lot of people. I think let me say I think she's capable of that, but I don't know if she did that to Latoya specifically. I would probably have to look at a synastry between the two. I went to a consultation for teeth veneers. I got scared. Why were you scared? You want hips and flat in your stomach? See, look, if I could just get somebody to come and just take some of this stuffing out my tummy, it would be great. And just put it in my booty and just make it round and juicy. I like Bernice Burgos' body. The only thing I don't like the only thing I don't like about Bernice Burgos is that the bitch she ain't got no personality, but we already established a lot of really good looking women probably don't. Then on top of that, she be lying, like she be capping like she got her body from working out. Like, bitch, like she posts all these videos in the gym squatting, talking about, oh, my squats, ooh, shoot, ooh, I drink flat tummy tea, y'all. But that's a lot of IG models, right? They go straight to Dr. Miami, Dr. Curves, and then hop their ass on Instagram peddling tummy tea and talking about, how they went to the gym. Bitch, you did not get that booty doing squats. Quit playing. So if she would just keep it a buck and just be very transparent about, like, I paid for my body. Bernice Burgos, Grandma Bernice. She's like an IG model. Her abs look bad. Well, her abs do kind of look weird, but she is beautiful. You want the Beyonce thigh gap? See, I never really cared that much about having a thigh gap. Like, actually, I take that back. When I was younger, I think I wanted one. But as I gotten older, I've accepted my thighs are always going to be juicy. They always going to rub together. Thick thighs save lives. Her hips are... yeah, her hips is fake. I want a body. I want a body. I want to, like, I'm not ashamed to say I want a video vixen body. I mean, I know that, you know, it's not realistic. Like, I know there's a natural way the human body is supposed to look, but I like perfection and I'm a Virgo moon. So if I can look perfect, then I'm going to look perfect. Not you doing damn water fast. Okay, so let's talk about this, y'all. Y'all want to do like a challenge? Y'all want to do like a cleansing challenge on here, like an Astro family cleansing challenge? Because I need some people to help keep me accountable. Virgo moon gang. That's exactly what's happening. Because I'm trying to. I want to jumpstart a healthy eating lifestyle. Because once again, I'm a Virgo moon, so it will drive me crazy if I don't get my health in order. But in order to do so, I think it would be smart to do, I don't know, about 10 days now, the perfect escape. I don't know, like that's a lie. That's a lie. You on day 3, God. I pray. I just wish the best for you, because I would wither away and die. But y'all want to? What's a good number? I want to do I want to do 1 day of water fasting, 24 hours of water fasting, and then 7 days of fruits and veggies. What do y'all think about that? Who would be up for that? 1 day of water. I mean, well, you could drink, well, no, just water. Water only. Water fasting, 24 hours, 7 days of fruits and vegetables only. And or juicing. If you want to juice, you can juice. If you want to eat fruits, veggies, or just, actually eat them, then do that. Rice and lentils and fruit. Wait, so you've been juicing? What you want to do it, truth teller? You gonna do it with me? Liver cleansing pills, the game. Let's talk about what's his name, Travion. When I tell you that man is so motherfucking fine. That man is so motherfucking fine. I don't know what he do as far as like his workout regimen. Yeah, you got your new. Okay, so we're gonna check in with each other, truth teller, and we're gonna start like tomorrow. So remember, first day is the water fast. First day is a water fast, and then 7-day fruits and vegetables. And I think I'm gonna have to journey, journal my journey and document my journey. 10-4. What you mean? Oh, like that's cool. You have a NutriBullet as well. I need a damn NutriBullet. 1 day is easy. Yeah, but I suffer with issues with self-control, because the way my Mars is at the 29th degree of Scorpio in my second house. The second house deals with food in and of itself. That number 29 deals with eating disorders, issues with food, which I've always had. And placed in, or attached to my Scorpio Mars, it can make me very extreme and impulsive as it pertains to my food and my self-control. It's hard. It's like, it's either I'm always going to one extreme or the other. So either I'm practicing extreme amounts of self-control, because I used to be a long distance runner, running 5 miles at a time. There was a point, I'm 5'9". When I was in college, I got to a point where I weighed like 140, which, I mean, to me does not look good. I'm too tall for that. Like, I look like a Great Dane. I look like Snoop Dogg. But there are also times where, like, in the opposite extreme, I have no self-control. It's either all or nothing with me. Like, and it can be very difficult to, like, just really control myself and find a healthy medium and get myself on track. Virgo, son of Virgo. Yeah, it's so you know what I mean. And that Virgo energy too is also very, like, I'm very aware of my body, very aware of my own biorhythm, my eating habits. So, you know, I'm really trying to be patient with myself, but I feel myself like just losing all control. So the only way that I'm going to be able to reset, and then that's really what the purpose of this next 8 days. I'm trying to reset my body, reset my mind so that I can go into a healthy eating lifestyle. You know what I mean? Cutting out fast foods, because I've been DoorDash shouting, cutting out processed foods, cutting out alcohol, you know, all the stuff that makes you fat, cutting out eating, impulse eating. I don't know if y'all have ever experienced, like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night, almost like on some sleepwalking type shit, and go give me something to eat. And I'm like, what the fuck? And the next day I'm like, huh? What the fuck is going on? And so I just we gotta nip this in the bud. Cause this year for my birthday, I want to do a butt naked photo shoot. Virgo moons are obsessed with their health. Yeah, we are very, very obsessed with our health. I stopped Stone Mountain and damn near lost it. Oh. See, listen, I'll probably be the same way. You love multivitamins and supplements. What are some good tips that you guys have? Like, for those of you who are doing good with your lives and in like your eating regimens and stuff, what are some tips for not eating after a certain time period? How do you restrict your eating after a certain time period? I also have Virgo moon. So you understand my pain, then, Zeph. That shit is hard. You brave. Why am I brave, irrational kids? You having a naughty girl party to reveal your photos? Well, I just might. I might, Taj. I just might. I don't know the YouTube policy. They probably goddamn delete my channel if I posted them on YouTube, but fuck it. Because I'm an exhibitionist too at heart. I have no problem being naked in front of people. Maybe now because I didn't put on some weight, but ideally, I flash my pussy to anybody. So being naked that'll be a breeze. That'll be a breeze. Eating for your blood type. That's funny that you mentioned that, y'all, because I was looking at, and I don't want to ask y'all blood type because for the same reason you don't want to put that you're an organ donor. So I'm not gonna say what my blood type is either, because just know it's niggas out here it's folks out here who will kill you to get what you got, literally. But eating for your blood type, I was actually looking into that. Eat between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Intermittent fasting. I like intermittent fasting. So maybe like I said, it's just maybe I'll do that after my first day of like water fasting, because I also have to kind of build myself up to that too. What do you think the implications is of my Virgo moon being in the 12th house of? Well, having your Virgo moon in the 12th house deals with where actually, to be real with you, a lot of those Virgo qualities could be kind of dampened because that 12th house energy is very watery, but it's also very far away from the real world. So like you may have issues with self-control, or a lot of the qualities that would be associated with that Virgo Mars, like being, perfectionist, and, people who are geared towards, I don't know, like working hard and being helpful and useful and blah, blah, blah. You might have issues with that. You actually might even be a type of person who is like selfless to a fault. or somebody who has no sense of self-preservation. It could also actually even make you lazy, depending on how it's aspected, or somebody it takes a lot to really get you going, to get you motivated. It could also make you somebody who, as opposed to where your typical Virgo moon, I said Mars before, didn't I? I meant moon, as opposed to where your typical Virgo moon would be they would thrive off of the details of everything, and be super nuanced, super analytical. You probably would be the opposite of that. You might be a person who daydreams a lot, who doesn't really pay attention to shit. Somebody who, you think more with your left brain than you do your right, which is interesting because a lot of us Virgo moons are, or excuse me, I said that in the reverse. So you might think more with your right brain instead of your left. When a lot of us Virgo moons are left brain because we're very logical, analytical, practical. You might be more abstract, creative, and like I said, it could even result in issues with you blending in with the people around you. You might be an outcast, a loner. And yeah. Relocation astrology. I don't know much of it. But I do know, like, based off of a person's chart, you can tell a lot about, like their sense of travel and like what would be good for them. Like, for instance, I had a client today I did a reading for, who her North Node, she was a Cancer North Node, and it was in her ninth house. And she was saying, oh, I just want to leave here. Like, because she lives in a city. So she was just like, I always feel like I didn't fit in. And I was like, oh, well, actually, you would do really well relocating far away from your place of birth, like moving far away from home. And then she also had her Jupiter conjunct her Pluto ascendant. So, like, creating instances to where moving away from home, moving far away could be very empowering for you. You'll be able to reinvent yourself. So I just went in on your whole life. Same thing for medical astrology. So I kind of am into medical astrology, self-made, just because, it's very interesting. So looking at the ascendant is very important when you're thinking about medical astrology, because obviously the ascendant is the body, but also Saturn, the condition of a person. Saturn says a lot about their health or any potential health issues that they may have. So does the South Node. Yeah, and then of course, there are all different types of health, because we can even be talking about mental health, which obviously will be indicated by Mercury or the third house. The sixth house could tell you about a person's health. HIV in the chart, yeah. Because HIV ultimately is what is it? It's a virus. It's a sexually transmitted infection, viral infection. And that's governed by, or that's ruled, just infections and bacteria and that kind of thing. And sex transmitted diseases are governed by Scorpio and Pluto. So looking at a person's eighth house, looking at a person's, like I said, ascendant, even though looking what Pluto is doing, especially that Pluto Scorpio generation, depending on how it's aspected, it can really point out potential indicators of HIV. I've also been able to look at clients' charts and be able to tell if these people have, if women, of course, had hysterectomies or something, or women who suffer from bacterial vaginosis, so on and so forth. Different energies in different locations. You're very into relocation astrology. I'm gonna have to do some more reading on that, because I've actually never heard of the term relocation astrology. I've heard of medical astrology, but like I said, you could tell about a lot about how a person decides to relocate by using astrology. People who have raw sex but never catch a STD. You be having raw sex, Taj, and but don't catch an STD. So you just out here. What is you saying? You out here living wild, huh? You living wild. And medical astrology scares me. Why does it scare you, baby? Death in the birth chart. I don't predict death. I mean, there are certain things I can see, but like here's the thing though. The birth chart is simply a snapshot of like your cosmic fingerprint, of like, even, I mean, you could even say your fate, but you also have free will, and there are other extenuating factors that impact those things, such as environment, environmental circumstances, the decisions that you make, the decisions that other people make. And I don't know if you guys are into like tarot or mediumship, or like, just if you're really into the occult community, but any type of spiritualist or whatever, it can tell you that there is a such thing as like, yeah, everybody has their own destiny, but your destiny can be interrupted. And that could be for better or for worse. You know what I mean? So just because I see ABCD isn't definitive. But even if it is, when it comes to stuff like, oh, me letting you know when you're gonna die, I'm not gonna do that. And if you come across any astrologer who's willing to tell you when you're gonna die, or like tell you when somebody in your life is gonna die, that's unethical. And you might need to stop fucking with them, actually. And it's on period. Sagittarius would prevent STDs because of Jupiter. Don't fall into the trap of using Jupiter as a people underestimate the harm in Jupiter, because that could also make you careless. Oh, you're asking? I mean, I can. There are certain aspects in the chart that can point towards a person who's risky. Because if you want to be honest, having sex raw is a risk. It's a gamble. You're gambling. You're rolling and shaking the dice. So you can look at certain factors that can point towards a person being either sexually promiscuous or just very risky. Somebody who likes to take a lot of risks. Astrology does go deep. And Sagittarius is lucky, but it can also make a person over rely on that luck. And when you over rely on it, you can fall hard. Take it from a Sag. It doesn't foolproof you as a Sagittarius sun. That Jupiter influence, that Sagittarius influence, does not make you immune to any type of consequence. You might be able to bounce back from it, but you know, you know, you can tell if a woman can't have kids. I can. I've had quite a few clients where I've been able to touch on their issues with either infertility, be it they got issues with the womb, you know. I can even tell if you should not be having kids, because kids are our karma. And I've had to tell quite a few motherfuckers, yo, you don't need children, bro. So before you make the mistake, just don't. Do you like SWV? I do love SWV. You're always on my mind. You're always on my mind. Blindly optimistic. I'm trying to tell you. And you fuck around and look crazy. So yeah, people kind of, and a lot of astrologers do this too. Like, some of the very like, I call them like fairy astrologers, where they're like, we're going to talk about, Jupiter's grace and blessings and mercy. Jupiter. It's all beautiful and it's love, and Jupiter is a blessing. And it's like, all right, bitch, Jupiter is a blessing, but let's just keep it a buck. Like, you can overdo anything. There can even be too much of a good thing. Don't gas me up, Arlene. I'm gonna do a whole concert on y'all, but Cancer South Node should not be focusing on being a boy. And yeah, I mean, well, I'm not gonna. For the most part, it also depends on what else they got going on in their chart too, though, Taj. Because I mean, I'm gonna be real. Even with me being a Cancer South Node myself, and as well as a mother, it's difficult. It's difficult because I naturally have a lot of karma tied up with my family. I come from a very dysfunctional family. I got a lot of karma tied up from my own mother, and I can see in my life where it has really hurt my ability to be the type of parent that I want to be. You know what I'm saying? But once again, you also have free will. So now that or if you know those things, then you literally have the responsibility of handling your life in a certain way. But yeah, and it's definitely why I don't want any more kids. Because as a Cancer South Node, in this lifetime, you're supposed to lighten your load. You're supposed to lighten your emotional load, not add to it. Children add to it. You want to pack light. When are you reading Brandy's chart? I'll get to it eventually. I'm done with reading charts for the night. You a Cancer South Node? We're talking about nodes right now, y'all. What about Gemini North Node, Sagittarius South Node? A lot of Sagittarius South Nodes are very preachy, and they think they know everything, and so you have a karmic duty to be a lot more flexible in this lifetime. To be very multifaceted and learn how to accept like diversing viewpoints. Your ass don't know everything. How about that? My mom was a Cancer South Node. She abused me. Oh my Jesus. Oh, and ran the family like a business. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Yep, and to be a learner. I'm sorry, Taj. Hey, Rendezvous. Virgo South Nodes, yeah, are controlling, and a lot of them are in situations to where and it usually comes for them growing up in circumstances where they felt like they had no control over the shit. So now they gotta overcompensate, and it's annoying because these are people who like to control and critique every little thing about themselves, about other people. These are people who can pick apart the way they're worse than Virgo moons, as far as because I got an auntie who's a Virgo South Node, and when I tell y'all this lady eat like 6 grapes a day, she's obsessed with health. She has her own nonprofit organization for to fight obesity, like childhood obesity. And every time you go over her house, she's monitoring and policing your food. She's monitoring what you eat. Oh, you're going back for second helpings? We're supposed to be doing good. Oh wow, we need to eat salads. People need more salads. People need more fruits and veggies. Yeah, we need to. Why are you doing that? Oh no, I'm not gonna eat that. She'll bring her own food to the cookout. I'm bringing. Oh, this is my salad. But I can't even talk because I low key. I'm the same way. Just a little bit. So it's just in this lifetime, they need to learn how to let go of that control and stop being so fucking neurotic and fucking annoying. They can be overbearing. And I do wish they were more spiritually aware. You love salad. Aquarius South Nodes need to learn how to step into their own star power. They need to learn how to stop overly relying on the group and the collective and step into their own sense of individuality. Learn how to be a leader and fuck these hoes. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Now, in the process, it can gain you a lot of haters, but fuck these be yourself. Leo South Nodes, whoo, Jesus. Leo South Nodes have very hard or a lot of karmic issues surrounding their children. So they could have some very fucked up relationship with their kids too. You've been obsessed with it ever since quarantine started. What happens if your parents' sun sign is the same as your South Node? Y'all are gonna have a very, very, very karmic relationship. My daughter's son is on my South Node too, and I can even tell from a child. Uh, Although I love her, it's almost kind of like to where they bring almost like the worst out of you with that sun conjunct South Node in Sinistry. They bring out those qualities that you're supposed to be getting away from in this lifetime. So that's where it can get kind of challenging. It can get kind of difficult. No, South nodes aren't generational, or like the lunar nodes and node placements, and lunar nodal placements. If I could talk, those are not generational. Chiron is generational, as well as your outer planets. So we're talking Pluto, we're talking Uranus, we're talking Neptune, we're talking even Jupiter. Those are generational. You're a Virgo North Node, then you have the exact opposite problem, Francine. You need to learn how to pay more attention in this lifetime. Pisces South nodes can be hella gullible or lazy. Learn how to work hard instead of trying to or just address things that have to be addressed, being responsible instead of skirting your way around issues, or even learning how to be humble and knowing that you're not special. You ain't a special little snowflake. You gotta do what everybody else gotta do. Sweetie. Yeah, brother have bad relationship with your parents. See, yep. The Leo South Node, Leo South Nodes, Cancer South Nodes are a doozy. Sun conjunct North Node, then that could deal with where the relationship could be challenging, but they still have qualities that you need. Like they can still inadvertently help you mold or develop certain characteristics that you're going to need. So an example of that is, I don't know, let's say since we're still going with the Capricorn North Node thing. Let's say you're a Capricorn North Node and you have a mom who's a Capricorn Sun and her son is conjunct your Capricorn North Node. She could have a relation. You guys could very well have a very difficult relationship in the sense that it is very karmic. But maybe she tests you a lot, and obviously it's not going to be pleasant. She tests you, so y'all might fall out, y'all might argue, y'all might fight. She could be a very big disciplinarian. She could be kind of even controlling, pushing you to your limit. But inadvertently, she's helping you develop certain qualities in the sense of like, maybe she's teaching you discipline. Maybe you come out of the situation more disciplined. So, which is a goal of that Capricorn North Node. You have a karmic responsibility to be more disciplined, to have more structure and order. Maybe she helps you create a sense of structure and order for yourself by way of her bullshit. You know what I mean? Everybody your age has a Gemini North Node. So that could just be the people that you just know. You know what I mean? Hey, Fire Spawn. What about Aquarius, North Nodes? They have a karmic responsibility to learn how to focus on other people instead of themselves all the time. They need to be a lot more charitable and hospitable. Maybe not hospitable, but they need to learn how to think about other people or causes, dedicate themselves to bigger causes, so to speak, rather. Not people, because Aquarians are not really so much people focused, but they're cause focused. So these are people who need to learn how to step outside of themselves and learn how to participate in something greater than them. Learning how to check their own ego. I got my check, girl. I'll be even. I feel you. Aren't we all the perfect escape? Getting our finances in order. Neptune squaring the ascendant in the natal chart. Hmm. That could deal with a person who is very sensitive, to say the least. Very, very sensitive. And a person who kind of feels like a reject to society. Oh, nasty. I'm trying to get nasty. Take you off, wanna break you off, wanna break you off, wanna break you off. I told you, I already talked about Leo North Nose and Nail. Were you listening? Come on now. This Jupiter in the 10th house means I'm gonna get this money. It means you're gonna. I mean, I would have to look at your chart, Francine, to see how it's aspected and what it's doing. But typically, I wouldn't attribute Jupiter in the 10th house with getting your money. I would attribute that to like maybe if you had like Jupiter in the second house, maybe. But like I said, it also depends on how it's aspected in the sign. I think you said it was in Aquarius, if I'm not mistaken. So if nothing else, it can put you in a position where you networking with people and they can hook you up with some money. I found out my ex was Venus conjunct. His Venus was conjuncture Mars. Yeah, that could be a very like sexual, but even like a love-hate relationship too. Where it's like lots of sexual tension, but maybe y'all don't get along the greatest outside of or understand each other outside of the bedroom. What career would be good for a person with Sagittarius in the fourth house? Well, as far as career indicators are concerned, Arlene, I think a really good, the best indicators for potential career options would be looking at the second house, fifth house, and sixth house, as well as the 10th house. So, what do you have going on in either one of those houses? Jupiter in the 12th house. That can make you very charitable, very compassionate, very giving. Also very secretive. I feel like you could be very secretive with that placement. Jupiter in the 5th house can deal with a lot of children, Bridget. But once again, it also depends on how it's aspected. Draconian charts, I don't look at draconian charts. I do not. Nasty. All right, in about 10 more minutes, I'm going to get off this thing. Because I'm tired. Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. I'm trying to. This bitch just accepted my friend request. But where are you? I'm all burnt out. Lost in the. Why you just now accepting my friend request? What is wrong with you? Oh, I remember this. Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring. Ooh. What can you expect from Sagittarius North Node in the 5th? Sagittarius. So that means you would have the Gemini South Node in the 11th house. You need to be a lot more discerning about who you hang around and focus on you. Do you, boo boo? And focus on your own freedom and self expression instead of worry about what other people doing. Find one thing you want to do, stick to that, and go for it. That actually even sounds like somebody who could have some like prominent Cancer or Scorpio placements. I think you're a Scorpio though. Am I tripping? Because if you are, that actually makes perfect sense. Heartbreak is unbearable to me. And my Scorpio Mars is conjunct my sun. So even though the ending of a friendship, you know how like some people be like, oh, well, just because we're not friends doesn't mean we beefing. Like, nah, bitch, if we not friends no more, like I'm an all or nothing type of person. If we not friends or if you don't love me, I have no other very secretive. I know a lot of Jupiter 12th house. But that is also very spiritual. See the natural, I was seeing the spirit. Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, that could actually make a very spiritual person. Very, very creative. And depending, like if it's afflicted, that Jupiter in your 12th house is afflicted, it could deal. Saturn 10th house. Well, just hold tight. I do have some like tradition. I do still do traditional uploads, so I do have some content coming up. Bye.